do have the red Zerg player. It is Hyun. And in the top right of the map, we do have our blue Terran. It is going to be none other than the magnificent MvP.Keen.
Yeah, that's right, man. This guy with the ceremonies, the cool ones. Keen is a great little Terran player, but
awesome.
Hyun is a sick Zerg player.
He's so strong right now, too. He is just looking magnificent. And I got to interview him. He's actually a cool cat, too, because I got to hang out with him at DreamHack Open for a bit. And just one of the more genial Korean players there, you know. Sometimes they're not too friendly, they're not too... Or they're a little reserved and cold, and they got their game face on. But he was just all smiles. He was just happy to be there and competing and playing and meeting everybody. So, really a top-notch cat. Can't wait to see how he does here. It is a best-of-3, guys, so don't worry, we got a lot of action from him.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is just... He's so aggressive. I think that's his trademark, is... He's really brought over the Brood War Zerg style into StarCraft 2 in terms of attack, 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 attack. This guy will die. Attack, 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 attack. And he builds like 150 lings I've seen in one game. As insane as that sounds, I have seen it, man. He's been as low as 50 drones doing that stuff. So this guy is insane, and it's a pleasure to watch. I really do like high aggressive Zerg play.
Certainly.
And one of his weaknesses was always his late game, that he relied too much on this attack, where eventually he'd be like running Ling and Banelings into +3 tanks. They weren't doing anything. But he has had time, and especially the support inside the team house, to enhance that, to become a stronger player through the support of Symbol, Pult, Anori as well on his Protoss side. So very excited to see what he's going to bring to the table. And like we said, he is already qualified. He is already qualified in 2nd place so far in the point system. His opponent, though, Keen, has to win it all.
That's brutal.
Has to win it all.
That's
Otherwise,
brutal.
he's not in.
It's like win the tournament or sorry, bro.
Yeah.
You can stay in Korea. Like that is actually a lot of pressure on his shoulders now. We'll see if that actually plays into it. If he's going to make any of those small mistakes that can come from that sort of thing. But of course, an experienced player. We've seen Keen lots, and he does have that tournament experience. So not expecting any mess ups from him. But it looks like he is going to go for that one barracks fast expand.
Yeah, pretty normal in this game.
Well, this is one of those reactions, don't you think? Since the Queen change, Terrans aren't going for those early Hellion openings, to apply pressure and deny creep. It's really just like, okay, I will expand as well.
I mean, there's nothing to stop him expanding, so why not? And, going Reactor Hellions, you can't really, do anything with them anymore, because especially on this map too, quite contained on these natural expansions. But one thing to note here is he's not going Ultimate Greed, which is something we've seen Terran players resort to in this matchup recently in terms of, Queens, he just goes straight to 70 drones, I need to equal the greed. He's actually gone double Refinery, which could still be pretty greedy, but he most likely can go straight into Factory and then start to do a little bit of harassment himself. The two options he's basically looking at is Reactor Hellions and Cloak Banshee, or straight to Factory and then double Engineering Base, something along those lines. But those are the two options available for Bikini. He can sit back and go early tanks to defend the 3rd base, or with the aggression can start to put pressure on his opponent, who may be struggling to defend that 3rd base on a map like Entomb, where the Destructor Rocks are in between both bases.
Exactly that. It can get a little tricky sometimes for Zerg players to get that 3rd up and running and be able to defend it just because of that tight choke and those rocks. So we'll see how things shape up here. Already we have a bit of a tell here as far as our openings are concerned, with the Reactor and Factory going down for Keen. And it looks like he wants to get at least a little bit of pressure out here, although we have a macro headshot already.
Yeah, really early macro headshot here from Hyun, focusing on that heavy unit production style, or heavy drone production style as well. Doesn't want to commit to a 3rd base early on, but does want the extra production. But he's not dedicating to early Queens either here. We see a lot of Zerg players go up to 6, but Hyun says, well, I'm actually just going to go 3 for now, and then with the 2 or 3 drones I'm missing, that's a new hatchery, right? That's a lot of units, right? That's a lot of drones, right? And exactly that's what he goes for here, and that's going to aid out his aggressive style so well. Going Ling heavy just takes up so much on the Lava Toll, and there we do have the Reactor Hellion into Cloak Banshee. So, I mean, 3 Queens. This could actually do damage, There's not really that many queens out to defend this.
Exactly. That's one of those advantages to going those 5-6 early queens like that, is because it kind of renders null and void any of those aggressive openings from Terrans. The Hellions, No, they don't get in. Banshees, same thing. They get bitch slapped out of the air. And so now we have Keen going for this kind of early aggression, and we'll see if Hyun can deal with it with only the 3 queens. I mean, he is going to have a massive number of lings, gauging by the fact that he has 3 hatcheries already. So he should be able to deal with, at least the ground pressure. But we'll see how effective these Banshees are.
The thing is, he can deal with it on creep, but off creep he can't, which is where the third base is going to be because he doesn't have speed on his lings. So Zerglings are going to be very, very slow. He's building 12 drones, so he's actually fully saturating 2 bases. He's actually going to have to use queens to push out creep and then take a really late third base. And behind this, a third command center has come down by Keen, so... Yeah, speed now starting with 4 gases taken, Lair immediately going to be starting now, and he can go right into 2-2 upgrades as well. But no third base coming down any time for Hyun here, and that's actually really, really nice for Keen, who is basically limiting his opponent's options because of that. And
that is, yeah.
With the Hellions, he sees it and he's like, woohoo!
Awesome, especially since he has his third on the way already. And so we do have a little bit of creep coming out here, and the Hellions are going to take a poke up the base, but they will be denied there by those 3 queens. Nice little choke there, set up by Hyun, with the Hacker Hatch and those 2 Evolution Chambers.
And Bailey down 2. No upgrades from the Evo Chambers yet. That's interesting. If he
does have the gas for it.
Neglecting them, he could easily throw down a Spire and go Muta play. Muta Baneling.
Perhaps he's just putting them back for the wall. Okay. Oh, no, there they are. So, melee and Carapace, so he's going to have some hard-hitting lings in a minute here.
But, Keen, so all 4 Hellions in the main, on the center, the Zelnoga Tower, he doesn't want to just give an easy third base away. Absolutely needs to keep these creep chambers back from spawning, keep the drone from just walking across and building it. Hyun's given him a bunch of respect here by not actually moving across with a drone yet. A Banshee did come into the natural, easily pushed away, it's not going to do anything there, but Keen, I think, is just giving this option available to Hyun a bit too easy.
Yeah, and Hyun taking advantage. He's getting those creep tumors up, although some of them getting sniped, and that's a little bit of an unfortunate turn of events, but the Banshee will eventually fall. Those queens still have energy, and they will continue the creep spread. We do have a second Banshee, I believe, making its way down around the map, so it's going to be in position to deny that third when that drone eventually makes his long passage away around the rocks. But for the time being, things have slightly slowed down.
And Spire is coming down as well, so it looks like he's going to go Ling and Muta to begin with. A lot less on the Baneling, no Infestation Crit for a while. And that's actually pretty good because a lot of turrets do skip up on the turrets now. And we do have the Banshee doing a bit of damage here.
I'm wondering if he's actually going to attack those rocks with the Banelings?
No, surely not. He's not that bad.
No, I don't know. The Banelings are just looking like they want to take a hit at those rocks. I was like, no, he's not going to do that.
But third base is going to come down now and pushed away with an Overseer and Queens. And, that is so far, to me, I think Keen's played a really good game.
It's 10 minutes and he still doesn't have his third. That's quite a long time.
A fourth at the same time, though, so double expanding to make up for it. The Spire is now finished, the +1 attack on the way, and I'm sure we'll see about 7-8 Mews started immediately. And with 7 or 8 Mews, as these Overlords pop, there's no turrets, man. He doesn't know about the Spire, he hasn't managed to scout it, and these Mutas can actually do so much damage. Only build a 5 though, which is actually really smart, I think, unless he has Red Lava, which he does have. So not overcommitting to this little harassment, because you don't really want that many, but with dedicating to it, going up to 9 here, he's going to be picking off turrets, picking off reactors and tech labs and everything, so it's not just light, it's actually going to be quite intensive.
And what is very nice about that as well is he makes that small flock of mutas, and then it denies drops as well, because all of a sudden Keen has to be playing with that in the back of his mind, saying, oh, okay, well, there's mutas on the map, all of a sudden my medevacs are going to have a much harder time getting around. And so that eliminates one of those game plans from Keen.
Yeah.
But for the time being, we do have the mutas. They will be convening in the center of the map. They're going to make their way across, and we'll see if they can do any damage to Keen's mineral line. But the turrets, yeah, he saw it in time. I think it's because they flew down there to deny the Banshee, and so that is going to give turrets time to be constructed here.
Yeah, and
2 of them.
Still at 9 mutas, he can bring down turrets still, but not 2.
Well, we'll see what he makes of it here. Flying in, he will engage the 1, but that's going to give time for Marines to get in. The stim goes off. Will he be able to snipe some SCVs? He does get 1, it looks like, making his way to the top, and 3 Marines still waiting. He could have possibly sniped those, though.
Them, yeah. I guess he didn't know how many were behind, but he definitely could have sniped those 3 Marines. But he does back out. No use of these mutas yet, apart from, like you said, potentially denying drops. But the 4th base now down for Hyun, who will immediately he has to start the infestation pit now, otherwise it's going to start too late. But very, very heavy Baneling style incoming.
Yeah,
his traditional style, man. That is Hyun written all over. And against that style, Keen has to be scanning for the hive. And, you know, he wants to start scanning probably because of the late third base around the 14-minute mark and just landing scans. Is he at Hive? Yes or no? Is he at Hive? Yes or no? And every time the answer is no, don't move out, man. This guy is so scary. You basically walk out into a tank of sharks if you play against Leia tech against Hyun.
Yeah, and his creep spread is actually starting to catch up as well, so these banelings are going to become so very scary. Unless Keen can manage to start denying some of those active tumors at the very edges, this is just going to climb up to the ramp at his natural, and then what do you do? Do you ever get out of your base ever?
Yeah.
No. And so, we'll see. We may see a repeat of what happened to Squirtle earlier.
And very aggressive start coming out from Hyun once again. We do have a drop though, making its way on the left-hand side.
But it did get spotted, yeah.
Yeah, it was spotted, and it is going to get picked up nice and early. Marines do get out. Pick off 8 Muta, second one maybe? Maybe?
No.
Not quite.
But still, those Mutas serving the job, man. Yeah. They didn't do any economic damage, but shutting down those drops is certainly going to keep Hyun's economy running smoothly.
But like I said, right now, Keen, unless he knows the Hive is coming or knows he can go, he doesn't want to move across the map. He, of course, maybe waiting for the very normal 2-2-1 upgrades. But they are a little bit delayed here, as he didn't really... I mean, he delayed his upgrades a little bit to go kill Banshee early on, so he didn't get them super fast. But he can't move out, man. Not aggressive style. If he moves out, he's basically asking to die.
And we'll see.
And there's the Hive actually starting for the first time. 15 minutes. A little bit late, but that's Hyun style.
I mean, he's still got this massive force here in the middle. I mean, not too many banelings, but quite a few Zerglings. And +2 melee is about to start. I know that +2 carapace has wrapped up. And if Hyun catches wind of this...
Yeah, he sees the army.
He sees it just barely sieging now. But look at that. That is like a sea of banelings and Zerglings. He can A-move this right in. And there's not a damn thing Keen can do.
Oh, the tanks fall down so easy. Banelings come rolling in and say, what's up? try splitting against 50 banelings. And the tanks fall down, and this aggressive style, that's why you can't move out like that. That is why, because this guy is crazy. He just has units over units over units over units, and he comes rolling in and does so much damage. And is still at 180 supply and can easily, on 5 or 6 hatches, whatever he is on, remake that style.
He's got more links streaming in, and there's no way for Keen to plug the gap now. The siege tanks are dead, no more Marines, and he's losing SCVs by the handful. This is nightmarish. He cannot get out of this situation.
There's so many lava injects.
This is it. He knows, yeah. There's nothing you could do against that.